YAML. Prerequisites. Name AWS account. Purpose to access and manage AWS services, including EC2. Explanation. You need an active AWS account to launch and manage EC2 instances. The account provides a central platform for managing your AWS resources, including billing, security, and access control. Name in user with EC2 permissions. Purpose to allow the user to interact with EC2 services. Explanation. ING users are granted specific permissions to access and manage AWS resources. For EC2, you need to create an ING user with permissions to launch instances, manage security groups, and perform other EC2 operations. Name AWS CLI or AWS Management Console. Purpose to interact with EC2 services. Explanation. The AWS command line interface AWS CLI or the AWS Management Console are tools used to manage AWS resources. You can use them to launch EC2 instances, configure security settings, and monitor performance. Name VPC Virtual Private Cloud. Purpose to provide a secure and isolated network environment for EC2 instances. Explanation. A VPC is a virtual network that you create in AWS. It allows you to segment your EC2 instances into private subnets, control network traffic using security groups, and ensure network isolation. Name subnet. Purpose to define a specific range of IP addresses within the VPC for EC2 instances. Explanation. A subnet is a range of IP addresses within a VPC. You launch EC2 instances in specific subnets, which determine the IP address assigned to the instance. Name security group. Purpose to control inbound and outbound network traffic to and from EC2 instances. Explanation. Security groups act as firewalls that control network traffic to and from your EC2 instances. You define rules to allow or deny traffic based on source and destination IP addresses, port numbers, and protocols. Name key pair. Purpose to securely access and manage EC2 instances. Explanation. A key pair consists of a public key and a private key. The public key is associated with your EC2 instance, while the private key is kept secret and is used to access and manage the instance. You can use SSH Secure Shell to connect to your instance using the private key. Name AMI Amazon Machine Image. Purpose to provide a template for creating EC2 instances. Explanation. An AMI is a template that contains the operating system, software applications, and configuration data for your EC2 instances. You can use a pre-built AMI from the AWS Marketplace or create your own. Name network connectivity. Purpose to connect your EC2 instances to the internet and other resources. Explanation. Your EC2 instances need network connectivity to access the internet, communicate with other AWS services, and interact with your applications. Ensure that your network configuration allows traffic to and from your EC2 instances.